Good dag, and welcome back to the Norwegian campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, the Dreadnought Improvement Project, the great game. We've encountered another British battleship. Here, apparently they have failed to escape. I've got two battlecruisers and a battleship of my own, and a bunch of cruisers, but I think I'm just gonna send them home so they don't accidentally get hurt. Alright, I could hear the thunder during the loading. First, DDs, you get to go home. Light cruiser, you get to go home. All the heavy cruisers get to go home. The battleship, you have a job to do. Battle cruisers, you have also a job to do. Yeah, it's kind of stormy, alright. Despite the waves, oh, there we go. Yep. My speed is limited. For a second, it looked like I could go all out, but nope, it was just a little bit slow. Where are you going? Come here. Go home. Can I reduce your speed a little bit so you don't just sail away from the battleship? Speaking of, here's the Iron Duke with Mark 5 20-inch guns, 50-kilometer range. So yeah, it's got almost 10-kilometer range advantage on me. Canary. Well, that's right. You're not one of the big gun battle cruisers, so you get to go home as well. Your 13s are of no use here. The 18s on Torpedoes, however. That's right, the other two battle cruisers with the 18-point-something guns, they're in another task force. My bad, I just got a little bit confused. So 44 kilometers here, 42 here. That's weird. Because these are only 50 calibers in length. Let's see, 882 meters per second. Guess despite the length and caliber advantage, these guns actually have longer range. Might be some repeatable techs. Making up the difference, but we are almost in range of that. Well, we are in range of their guns. They're not quite in range of ours. There we go. You better be... yeah, you are targeting the battleship. Good. These destroyers, 12.5 kilometer torpedo range. Nothing to worry about. My secondaries can take care of them if they get close. There we go. Good hits. Straight through their extended belts. Meanwhile, my armor is blocking their hits. Very nice. Shall we get some ships in the storm here? That's kind of cool with the... typically think it looks goofy when the bottom of the ship is poking out. But when the waves are this big, it kind of fits. Very dramatic. I got the mighty Jotunheim plowing through the waves here as well. And soaking up the hits without as much as a scratch, at least this far. That is some mighty penetration though on those Mark 5 20-inch guns. Luckily they're firing HE, and my armor is HE proof. Not taking any flooding. I've seen that a couple of times now lately. In the last couple of battles. Ships taking big damage like this and just no flooding at all. When typically in this game you would expect most of the ship to be flooded. Whoops. Taking that kind of damage. But I guess we're just gonna go for a structure kill. There we go. Yeah, that was a couple of solid hits by Jotunheim here. Now it's just the two destroyers left. Shouldn't be much of a problem. So Jotunheim did take some scratches at the end, but nothing serious. Oof. Speaking of serious, one of those DDs just took like 100,000 damage. Which is what you would expect, I guess, if a destroyer is hit directly by 18-inch high explosives. Exploding inside of the ship, not just overpenning. Like that, did it again. Yeah, Rigorous is pretty much done. Afraidy seems to be afraidy. Turning around. Are we just gonna close in and let the secondaries finish them off? I think so. Let's save on the main gun ammunition here. My secondaries do outrange their torpedoes. If only barely in the case of Tudenschall. Because again, you never know what kind of enemy force we have to fight next month. It might be nice having that ammunition. I'm thinking maybe playing a British campaign next, just because they have so many nice hulls to build on, and I haven't played a British campaign since before the world map was expanded to be a world map. The last British campaign I played was when he just had Europe. And he couldn't launch naval invasions or anything. So there we go. One little battle, but we sank a pretty big ship, so that's nice. Alright, we have a convoy battle as well. And then I'm gonna figure out where to send my different ships, because suddenly the Americans and the French have joined in. These were sent out to sweep the Mediterranean clean of the Royal Navy, but suddenly we have other things to worry about. Yeah. Only 64% here. Hopefully that'll work out. 100%. 0%. Do we not have the tonnage? I guess maybe we don't. But we will have if I send these down here. That's a bit more tonnage, right? And that means I can send these. Come on, let me select you. There we go. I can send these in here. Barry, that's a lot of ships in Barry. And now J-33 versus attack class. That's a fast one. Let's see how that goes. So J-33, not a thoroughbred gunboat destroyer. It is very much torpedo focused with 15 24-inch torpedoes. But it does have guns that should be quite decent, so it's not completely out of its element doing this. Let's actually take a look at that British destroyer. We got 3 single 5.6-inch guns, pretty big. And some 1.5s. A few bulkheads, but it's been widened. Mine has been slimmed up. But I've got maximum bulkheads and a lot of other things. Just because when I refit these, I suddenly and gave them the gas turbine engines, suddenly had a lot of weight to spare. Super heavy shells and single guns. Let's see what the torpedoes can do. I might need to get lucky with the torpedoes if I am to win a shootout with this enemy destroyer. It's got fewer guns than I do, but they are bigger and they got super heavy shells. So let's just hope it stays pretty much in the impact zone. They detected torpedoes. I don't think we're gonna get lucky here. So it's a gunfight then. I mean, the torps did hit the transports, but that wasn't really what I was going for. Okay, we're firing. We're throwing out more shells than they do. They're not flooding. Oh. This might be bad. Electric torpedoes. I missed that. And my tower is out. But we did win. Ferret goes down. I mean, a win is a win. Taking that torpedo, though, that almost ended me. Ulysses goes down. Phoenix, last one. And there we go. Good job, 3304. Nice. So my destroyers can win duels like that. Good to know. Let's see, these ships were sent here to start an invasion of British East Africa. Do I still want to do that? Not sure. I'm not sure if I want to do that. Or send them somewhere else. I can send these here. Deal with that invasion. British East Africa. That is the one, right? Just gotta double check. Yeah. I only need 20,000 tons. So I don't need to send a full task force to deal with that. I can find a couple of ships of some kind. Send them over. And keep my big task forces available for other things. For example, I can just steal some of your cruisers. I'm just gonna do that. Like so. Now these will have to move back. They've got things to do here. Will I have enough tonnage to actually invade the Gulf Coast? Kinda doubtful, but maybe. I've got ships in Pearl Harbor. Am I not building more ships in Pearl Harbor? I am. 3 more battlecruisers. Fenris class. 4 more, excuse me. Let's see what to do with this stuff then. United States, did you have any like ships around here? I'm kind of hoping Britain will keep Hong Kong so I can take it off them. Because if China resurrects, I will have to start a war with them too. It's easier to just let the British keep it for now than invade it later. Or claim it as war operations. But I think we can get ready to next turn start taking India. That would be nice. Take their crown jewel. Alright, what kind of navy strength does the US have? They've got quite a lot. They've rebuilt since the last war. They're building 63 ships. That's kind of impressive. Britain has already been very reduced. France has some stuff. But where is the US Navy? Where are you? You are here. I guess we're gonna get some battles next turn. Yeah, you're not getting out of here. I've got you locked up. This is my territory. Send in the new super dreadnoughts, I guess. Maybe to fight France or something. Send them here. Alright. Onwards to next month. And boy, do we have some meetings today. Or this month. Start off with the strike, of course. Strikes, plural. And here we go. First fight, Bainbridge class battleship. And a whole bunch of cruisers and destroyers. Only one battleship, but man, that is seems like they like single guns now. The Parrot class DDs I've seen before, I think. All right. I'm outnumbered. Not sure if I'm outgunned. I mean, that looks pretty good though, just from the outline. So I guess it depends on how much ammo we've got after the last battle. A little bit low on HE. A little bit low on HE. Same for all of these. A little low on the explosives. Alright. And are we low on destroyers as well? We got 3 Vikings and a J-38. I guess they can work together. We got the same top speed. Question is, will we be able to sink all of these Americans, or is it going to be a case where we do as much damage as possible and then return later with another fresh task force? That is a fast heavy cruiser. 36.9 knots. That is a speedy speed boy. And it's got the armor too, and the torpedoes, and the everything. Basically. Let's see. Put the biggest guns on the big ship, Wyoming, Mark 5 18s. It does outrange me slightly. The armor isn't too impressive. I mean, it's decent, but it's okay. Yeah, it's got those third layers though. It's got like good protection things and everything. So, let's hope the destroyers can do something useful here. My big guns are opening up, their big guns are opening up. Between the weather and all the smoke screens the enemy is generating with all of their light cruisers and destroyers. Let's retarget the battleship with the big guns, because it briefly went invisible. Okay, so the J-38, they can still see it because it's bigger than the Vikings. No, they can see the Vikings as well. That's okay. Just gonna have them independent. Alright, got some torps in the water. Now, for some more torpedoes in the water. You can target that one, why not? Just get into the mix here. All Vikings have launched. Now, big ships. I'm gonna need to pick out some targets for you here. Okay, torpedoes are actually hitting things. We'll need to pick out some targets, and what kind of torpedoes do the light cruisers have? Light cruisers have scary torpedoes. And all secondaries on the destroyers who have launched. See now, but they've launched at my destroyers, it seems. Which hopefully they will be able to get out without eating a bunch of torpedoes. My torpedoes are hitting home. Wyoming has taken 2. We've sunk 1 heavy cruiser already. Good. We do have some incoming torpedoes against the battleships. Kurland and Harald Hårfagre each take 1. J-38 sinks. Okay, we're gonna have to ignore that battleship just for now. And focus on killing these destroyers and cruisers, because they're the ones closing in. Kurland, the Frenchie, took 1. Harald also took 1. It didn't do much. Pretty well protected battleship. Did Moonin also took... yeah, she did. And they're also taking fire from the enemy heavy cruisers, but that is... What kind of armor do we have on the American light cruisers? Wait, typical light cruiser armor. So we lost 2 destroyers so far. It's not too bad. Select some targets again. Secondaries. Do your thing. Luckily, enemy torpedoes missed my cruisers. I completely missed the enemy torpedoes. Are we sinking the Wyoming soon? We're sinking a lot of stuff. I will not claim that I'm keeping track of everything that is happening. Especially because the game is kind of being a slideshow. Hugin, you might want to go home. Moonin, you're gonna eat that torpedo. Pretty much no matter what I do. Took that one too. Aid is mostly intact. Battleships, you can stop cutting away so much. Just like some new targets for you. Make the most out of your ammunition while you still got it. Yeah, Hugin and Moonin might not make it out of this one. I did sink the battleship though, somewhere along the way. Buchanan has launched. Not sure against which ship. Kudlan, you're done here. You've lost your engines. I might want to have this French battleship replaced at some point. Or, you know, maybe not. Because her guns still do very good work. Yeah, she was targeted by torpedoes, but they missed. She was maneuvering. Here we go. Did you just take another torpedo? You did? Actually, your first one. Barely did anything, though. Hugin and Munin seems to actually be getting out. You can come closer a little bit. Harald took one. I did not see it in time. So for those wondering about the choppiness of this game when you got a big battle with a lot of stuff going on, this game does not support multi-threading, so you've got one processor core doing all the work, while the rest of my hardware just sits there twiddling its bits. When I build my next gaming rig, what I think I will do is go for a CPU, because most of it runs on the CPU. Actually, not even the GPU. Go for a CPU that has fewer but individually more powerful cores. I think that should help. I think most of the it's been like half a decade since I built the one I'm using now, so I'm a little bit rusty on what all the different manufacturers and whatnot are doing, but I think oh man, I forgot the name. Not Intel, but the other one, the other big one. They've got fewer cores but more powerful ones. While I was yapping, Olav Haraldsson just took 2 torpedoes, but she took them on the chin. No serious damage. See, this is why I hate this kind of foggy weather. But yeah, and while Intel has more cores, but not as individually powerful. Or I might be wrong. Obviously gonna have to do some... UAD has taken torpedoes too, which I didn't see. I could have kept some of the destroyers around for their sonar, but their starting torpedo spotting range is so pitiful that even having sonar, you get a plus 175%, but it's plus 175% of very little, so it's still not that good. Holy torpedo soup. And they are out of cruisers. They just have destroyers left. because Haraldsson doing very well. Turning these around, they can sail the other way. Olaf Haraldsson is completely out of high explosive shells. McFarland still has torpedoes. Quickly, sink it before it makes another cartoon. It is also out of high explosives. And now we turn because there are probably some torpedoes in the water. Turn as well as you can turn without an engine or rudder, but actually Henley first because she's almost reloaded. She did launch. We gotta turn back. Too late. Dud torpedo, lucky. Where are my battleships now? Kurland, you might wanna turn away a little bit. Let's see. Håkon, here. You're good. Keep sending out those big shells. There's a lot of torpedoes dodged for a ship that has neither rudder, engine, or sonar. Pretty good work, I will say. Of course, some of these torpedoes might run on and accidentally clip a battleship, but that will just be something that can happen. Can't really take my eyes off of this cruiser at the moment. Battleships can handle themselves. Aid is taking hundreds and hundreds of gun hits from the destroyers, but they're just not doing much. Not compared to what the, especially the 5.9s are doing. Or should be doing. There we go. Yeah, we've got some angle issues going on here. With all the flooding taken. Oh, here are the torpedoes. Missed them. Great. That was close though. Might be more incoming, so keep maneuvering. Hollister has surrendered. And we did take a torpedo there. And they almost went and hit McAfee. They did. Good job there, whoever launched that. Are these guys out of torpedoes yet? Radford. You're almost reloaded. Monson. Buchanan. You've got a while left to go. I have to keep turning and see if I can get an angle where these secondary guns can fire at Oleg for her torpedoes reload. Håkon, you can come here. You're good to go. I need your secondary guns. Yeah, they're just circling. If I get it just off my bow, I should be able to fire. Another torpedo taken. And here comes some more. That torpedo. Angle was too sharp. How many have you taken now? 8. And that's anti-torp 5 and triple bottom for you. Of course, she's not exactly combat effective. All this water on board. There we go. Found an angle. What a champ. Enemy destroyers are completely out of torpedoes now. Aid has baited them all. And just the Monson left. And she's got 2 super battleships barreling down upon her. And 1 crazy heavy cruiser. Very nice. That was some damage taken, for sure, but that was quite a few ships sunk as well. Let's see, what did he do? 409,000 damage. 11,000 taken only. Not bad. Not bad. Olaf Haraldsson though, 734,000 damage dealt. That is quite impressive. And with that, I think we're about done for today. Or should we do this one first? Yeah, we got time to sink 3 light cruisers. Baptism of fire for my new super dreadnoughts. Let's go. And while these are new ships, I do hope you recognize the names. At least 3 of them. I kind of like the look. With that British style, I guess it's kind of like a Nelson Tower, but with a built-in barbette. Let's see, we're just gonna keep going until we spot the enemy light cruisers. They might be smoking up though. And they have spotted me. And I have spotted them. The kind of light cruisers are the French building now. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. Only single guns though. And long-range torpedoes. There. Two on the first one. We're going at a little bit more than the cruising speed. That's fair enough. Do still get a cruising speed bonus. Even if you're going a little bit faster than what the max cruising speed is. So a lot of people like diesel engines in this game. And I used to love them too until they really buffed the turbo electric drive, because it used to be super heavy and like impossibly expensive. And then Dip went and buffed it further, or more like nerfed the diesels. But the diesels have higher max cruising speed. I think it's 80% of your full speed you get with Diesel 1. But with turbo electric you can go as fast as you would have been going if you were sailing at cruising speed with a diesel. And you still get some cruise speed bonus. But you also don't get the negative modifiers from engine vibrations. So overall, I think they're better for like accuracy. So one French light cruiser sunk already. 2 left. There's about to be one left, I think. Yeah, forfeit is forfeit. And the little potato. Somehow blocking my my 17.5 inch guns. There we go. Block that. Nice. That's kind of an expected result, though. It's just beating up on what the game gave me as an opponent. Very inexpensive light cruisers. Like, this is destroyer territory. Also, I didn't notice this was a refit with a top speed of only 25.5 knots because AR refit. Why not just make the ship slower and worser? But that's it. That's it for today. Next time we're sinking the Magnificent. Goodbye, and take care.